Hey everybody, what is going on? Serial Overdrive here, and today we've got another Rust Console Edition dev blog. This time it's talking about a completely new system that is being introduced to the game in a couple days. So this is for the public test branch. It's the Cultivator update, and it is an interesting one, especially because those of you who only have the main branch or only play on the main branch can expect to see this in a couple of months. So yeah, this isn't something that's just in the far future. This isn't something that's promised. This is something that's releasing to test branch and likely going to release to the main branch in 1 or 2 months. So let's get into devblog. This is devblog 15. Let's start the devblog with some exciting news. Tomorrow, March 30th, marks the release of our next update over on the public test branch. And yes, I know this video is probably being released on March 30th. I'm a little late. I apologize for that. But to make it up for you, I'm going to let you in a little secret. This guy right here is what most Rust players identify themselves as. At least that's according to a poll that I'm running on my channel. Go check out the community tab if you're interested in that. Also, make sure you hit subscribe because there's a ton of really interesting stuff coming up. This will be our 6th major content update, bringing Rust Console Edition even closer to the Steam version. Just like Power Surge, Cultivator will vastly expand on the way the game is meant to be played by adding a faster and more reliable way of growing your crops, helping you achieve self-sustainability when it comes to food resources, or creating a new way to generate scrap in case you decide to sell all the fruits of your labor over at the bandit camp. Planting and growing crops was possible before, but with the new items and systems added in this update, the process will now be a lot more engaging. For example, plants can now have different genetics, and this will affect how fast the plants grow and how much can you harvest out of it. How much you can harvest out of it. They did that wrong, not me this time, but I'm correcting it. If you combine the right genetics, you will be able to have a very profitable farm in no time at all. You will also be able to grow plants inside your base so long you can provide them with light and water. Similar to electricity, you will have new items that will allow you to automate all of these processes. So for those of you who like automation or something like electricity, you're basically getting a whole new irrigation system that you can play with. This will include lighting your crops up, watering them down, and then burning them in a massive fire, or a few small fires if you get my drift. Another feature released with this update is the mixing table and teas. These will allow you to craft unique consumables that will give you various buffs for a certain amount of time, like resistance to radiation or healing over time. These buffs can be extremely powerful, but you need a decent amount of berries to be able to craft them. So to give you again an idea for how exciting this is, think about teas or basically potions. Let's call them potions because that's really what they are. Potions that make you mine more resources or mine resources faster, or make it so that you can actually sit in somewhere like launch site and camp without taking radiation. Yeah, this is a very powerful update, and when used correctly, it's going to result in some really cool plays. With Cultivator, we will also add a terrain revamp. This will enhance the visual fidelity of the game, making it look better while also improving the performance with new optimized assets. Here's a quick comparison between the old and new terrain for the Rust Console Edition. So now we're going to do Serial Overdrive Reacts. Let's go. This is out with the old, in with the new. So these are the old terrains. I don't mind them, but it could be better, and this is the new terrain. It looks nicer. Oh, I do have one worry here. Let me see if they're going to correct this. So there is one thing I'm worried about. I'm curious if other people are spotting this. If you played the PC version of Rust, you probably know what I'm talking about. All right, so that rock monument, right? It looks like, so one of the things that the PC upgrade did is it built in a lot of those rock monuments, so you can't build these really cool rock bases that are just sort of like freeform building style. I really like those rock bases, and I'd hate to see those disappear. I'm hoping that this does not do that, but I know that's what happened with the PC update. But let's wait and see. Hopefully this also doesn't mean that last gen is just going to be kicked back again, because if that happens, I could see a lot of stuff just being delayed while they try and fix it. I'm glad that we're seeing a graphical update. I do see a slight difference. It's not huge in my opinion. I see a slight difference. Let me know what you think. But overall, like, I'm worried that this is going to, get rid of those rocks, which I really do like being able to build in and build freeform rock bases. I think that's a really cool feature that console Rust has and PC Rust does not have. And in addition to that, if last gen gets left behind, I don't think this is a reason to do it. There's plenty of reasons that we can leave last gen behind, but let's not do it for this. Moving back to the dev blog. As a last added bonus, the most requested community vegetable, Cereal Overdrive, is making a... No, I added that part in. As a last added bonus, the most requested community vegetable is making a comeback. With the release of the Cultivator, potatoes will once again be available in-game. And yeah, I did completely change the way I read that, but whatever. I'm not dyslexic, but sometimes when I'm reading this, it does, there's a case to be made. Moving on, community playtest. With the imminent release of the public test branch, we want to test all of these new features and make sure they are performing as intended before we consider a release over on the main branch. So from March 31st to April 3rd, we will host a special community playtest. There will be 10 different playtest servers spread across our supported regions, and the goal is for everyone who wants to participate to build the most awesome farm they can create. This can be done individually or in a group. While building a farm, be sure to use as many of the new items as possible. This will also help us detect any potential issues and work on fixes for them. The playtest servers will be under PvE rules, so they can do PvE servers. By the way, this has been something that's been confirmed for a while, but for those of you wondering about community servers, this is the only bit of community server information we get. It's old news, but for some of you, it might be new. So don't worry about other players trying to raid your base, because that will not be possible. Monday, as the servers close, we will be recording a special video featuring some of the most awesome farm designs we can find. Who's going to have the penis base? Because there's going to be quite a few of you building it, I'm pretty sure, but let's see if it makes the video. The video will then be released on the next dev blog in April. I can't wait to react to that. If you want a chance at being featured, be sure to participate in the playtest. A few days following the conclusion of the playtest, we will be sharing a feedback form with everyone who wants to provide us feedback. Your input is valuable to us in improving your overall experience. So kindly keep an eye on our PTB Discord server to ensure you don't miss the opportunity to share your thoughts with our development team. So one thing I want to say here too, D11 has always been really good about taking feedback in. Now, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but my experience with them is that they're actually watching a lot of the different content creators. I know they're watching a lot of my videos and other people's videos as well. They're taking all that in, and they're also monitoring the Discord and everything like that. Sometimes it does seem like they ignore us, but that's probably for like external reasons. I know I've been complaining a lot about community servers. I've been complaining a bit about cheaters and all of that. But look, the fact is some of this stuff is pretty big budget, and there's probably some of these decisions are probably well above the pay grade of whoever would be in charge of communicating issues to devs and stuff like that. But when it comes to bugs or something like that, it is a lot easier to get that to the developer, or get that to the community managers and have them get that into a bug queue that will eventually get fixed by a developer. Early on, we had issues because there were a lot of bugs, but recently they've been really good about fixing bugs that do come up. So hey, positive moment here. We got to give D11 credit where credit's due. And if you've watched any of my past 2 videos, you know that I do give them credit where they've done something bad. And they probably don't want that, but I do give it anyways. Moving back to devlog. Over in the main branch, we've been working to resolve some of the most reported community bugs. I was just talking about this. And although not all will be fixed in this next update, we will be addressing a good amount of bugs with the patch coming out on the 30th of March during the monthly wipe maintenance. Don't forget that our wipe schedule changed, so now we have a maintenance window for our monthly wipes that starts at 6 p.m. UTC and is expected to finish at 6:30 UTC. And finally, Easter event. Easter is coming to the island, and we will have a special event to celebrate the occasion during the next month. From April 6th to April 27th, players will be able to collect Easter eggs and crack them open to get some loot. Rewards can vary depending on the rarity of the egg. If you get lucky, you might get your hands on some powerful high-tier weapons. This event promises to spice up your monthly wipe and help you take care of the competition. Get into the spirit with our new limited-time seasonal cosmetics like the bunny onesie and bunny ears. These will be available to craft for the duration of the event, so don't miss the chance of getting your hands on one. So yeah, the good thing here is that they're not actually making this some sort of like skin that you can buy. It's just for everybody. And then they say, thank you for constant support. We hope to see you on the island very soon. So yeah, that's dev blog. That's number 12. And I think, look, I would have liked to see them mention community servers. I would have liked to see them mention something about Zen and say it's cheating. If you look at their Discord, if you look at their Reddit, you'll see that they definitely agree it's cheating. But, you know, it would be good for them to reinforce that a bit and say they're doing something to tackle it, or at least say that it's cheating, because a lot of people say until they've officially said it, it's not cheating. Even if their Discord and their Reddit says that it's not cheating, because I haven't heard it. Like, being 100% honest here, like, these people are taking some real short bus takes. But it would be really nice to see D11 come out and say it in a more official manner, so I could at least point to that and be like, see, it is definitely cheating. Anyways, that's the update. A lot of good stuff there. I love the Cultivator update. It sounds like it's going to add some cool new stuff to the game, and it's going to add some ways that you can outplay people on monuments that already exist with that radiation buff, and with being able to farm faster and sort of heal passively. Like, that adds a lot of sort of elements to the game that are missing right now. It's going to make PvP a little bit more. It's going to add a little bit more depth to PvP, I think. It's going to add a little more depth to farming, and it's going to add a little bit more depth to just running monuments and doing everything like that. And I, for one, welcome it. Anyways, that's devblog 12. Until next time, peace.